Good morning, students. Today we will discuss Unit 2 Selection. BBA Human Resource Management, third semester, Bangalore North University, Session 17. Unit 2 is about human resource planning, recruitment, and selection. We'll discuss now about selection. Recap of the previous class. In the previous class, you have understood the concept of recruitment, methods of recruitment. Meaning of selection. What is selection? Selection means out of various choice given to you, you have to choose the best one, and that we call it as selection. Wherein when you speak about recruitment means you are going to motivate people to apply for the job. Selection is wherein from those who have applied, you are going to choose the best among the lot. So that is a selection. Selection means it is a process. How can you select the best among the lot? It cannot happen just with a one step. It has a lot of process. So there are various processes in which a right person for the right job at the right time will be selected. So selection is the process of choosing the most suitable candidate from those who apply for the job. You cannot select from the lot who is not applied for the job. So selection means what? You have to select the right person from the applicants. How do you increase the applicants for your job? That is by the way of recruitment. In the previous sessions, you would have already come across what is recruitment, what are the sources of recruitment, process of recruitment. So recruitment is always positive in nature. You motivate everyone to apply. You want more number of applications to be received. So your recruitment is positive, concept of positive, wherein selection is negative because you reject many and you select very few. And that selection depends upon the number of vacancies available in the company. And so we call recruitment is positive, wherein selection is negative. Now, what happens after the selection? After selection, you're going to offer jobs. To whom you offer the jobs? To the desired candidates. The one who fulfills the basic requirement, the one who proves himself or herself to be the best among the lot. That person will be getting the job offer, and that is selection. In simple, selection means it is a process. It involves steps. For what? For choosing the most suitable among the lot. The one who matches the requirements, the one who is qualified, and the one who possesses all the qualities that require to perform a job. And you can select a candidate only from the lot who applied for the job. So the source of selection is recruitment. Through recruitment, you motivate the people to apply for job. From those who apply for the job, through the process of selection, you choose the best, and that person will be given the job. And that person will be the desired candidate for whom you are going to give the job. So from where do you, again, what I told you, from where do you get people for selection? It is through recruitment. Through recruitment, those who apply will get the job. Those who apply will undergo the process of selection, and from them you select one best candidate, or depending upon the number of vacancies available, you select number of vacancies required according to the number of people who get selected for the job. It is picking up of applicants or candidates with requisite qualification and qualities to fill jobs in the organization. You need qualification, you need experience, you need quality. So whatever is required by the job, you need to take a person according to the qualification or according to the job requirements. The person whom you are going to select should possess required qualification as well as qualities in order to fill in that particular job. Now, we will move to the second concept of selection, that is, first we discussed about meaning, now we will move to the definition of selection. According to Harold Kuhns, selection is the process of choosing from the candidates from within the organization or from outside the most suitable person for the current position or for the future positions. So, according to Harold Kuhns, selection means you're going to choose from the candidates. And where does the candidates come from? Either they may be within the organization, we call it as internal source. We take the existing employees for a better position. We may promote them, or we may take from another branch of the same company. So when you select the person who is already into your organization, we call that as internal source or within the organization. And sometimes, most of the times, maybe from outside, you through campus recruitment or through walk-in interviews or newspaper advertisement or whatever you take from outside, we call it as external source. With all this, what are we doing? We are taking the most suitable person, either maybe for to fill in the current position or maybe to fill in the future position. So this is one definition of selection. Now, we'll discuss the second definition. Dale Yoder has said, selection is the process by which candidates for employment are divided into classes, those who will be offered employment and those who will not. As I already told you, selection is negative in nature. In recruitment, we ask many to apply. There is no concept of rejection at the stage of recruitment. But when it comes to selection, we are going to divide the applicants into those who will be offered employment and those who will not. So we select few people among the applicants and we are going to reject many of the applicants. So this is the definition given by Dale Yoder. According to David and Robbins, selection process is a managerial decision-making process has to predict which job applicants will be successful if hired. So selection is a kind of decision making. You're going to decide whom to take into our organization, and you always need to have an anticipation or prediction about this particular candidate will become successful if we hire him or if he select that particular individual. So selection, according to David and Robbins, selection process is a managerial decision making. You decide for what? After predicting this particular applicant, if hired into our organization, he will become successful. He will bring success to our organization. And next definition is, according to RM Hodgett's, selection is the process in which an enterprise chooses the applicants who best meet the criteria for the available positions. So it is a process in which an enterprise, the organization, chooses the applicants who best meet the criteria, who is going to do the best for the given job. So that is selection according to RM Watkins. So these are the main four definitions which explain you the meaning of selection. Now, after understanding the meaning of selection and also the definitions of selection, now we will see further about selection. Selection is a process which involves making a judgment. You have to make a judgment. That judgment is whether you are going to select or whether you are going to reject. About what? It is not about the applicant, but about the fit between the applicant and the job. You have to match the applicant with the job requirements. Then only there will be a proper judgment for selection. You have to match a proper fit between applicant and the job. By considering what factors you need to consider? You need to consider knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics also, which helps you to understand whether this particular person can perform the job. So selection procedures are not carried out through standard pattern and steps. It is by looking at the candidate, you have to make a judgment whether this person is going to fit into the job, whether he is going to meet all the requirements of the job or not. So in this session, we discussed meaning of selection, definition of selection, and also selection and overall.